Namaste, dear friends, and greetings from the air. What a year has been, right? What an amazing year full of shifts and transformations. I talked with many of my friends, but more than anything, I look in my own life and see the rapid pace this year has brought, the gifts, the potential, the absolutely everything. Maybe also because I'm traveling a lot, this hurries up the pace quite a bit. But nevertheless, it's been an amazing year. And in this video, I would like to talk about, to share my perspectives on things that I observed that have happened to me, and also with my friends and some of my clients. So, to get to the point, this year, since the beginning of the year, myself included, but also many of my friends ended their relationships. Apparently, this year is an amazing year for self-love. It's a year that brings up the desire not to make compromise in any way, and things just fall into place. I still, like I said, I call this year the year of self-love, or at least the beginning of self-love. There are so many potentials of getting to know oneself at a deeper level, but also, and this is very important, lots and lots of old patterns coming up to the surface. I would say that now more than ever, it's very important to take time for yourself to allow the graceful shifts. Well, shifts. Some people choose it gracefully, others no, does not matter. It really doesn't matter. And actually, it doesn't matter if you choose these shifts. It doesn't matter if you choose to go through these transformations, elegant or otherwise. It's just that this year has a lot of gifts. We can receive them or not. It's a personal choice. So, aside from this clearing of relationships, clearing of old patterns, it's a great gift to look within, to look at guilt and shame. That is very, very important. I was actually talking with some new friends that I made on this island, but also some new friends that I made online. And this issue of guilt coming up to the surface and is very, very important. Yes, it's a lot stronger in Shambra, and those who have played with Atlantis and Atlantis energies. But even so, it's coming up. No more compromising, no more shame, no more guilt in the relationship itself. No more playing those old games of lack, and especially for me, lack of trust. There are greater and deeper levels that are coming up to be released related to this, and it has been amazing. It has been amazing for me, and this is just for me, because I played some games in relationships, and I focused too much on others. But now, because I am giving myself the gift of just being with myself and only with myself, all my focus, all my awareness, also, all my love can just pour into me. And this brings so much grace, so much love, so much sweetness into my life. I dare say that this has started to be one of the most amazing and sweetest, this sweetest, the sweetness, the sweetest moments and the sweetest periods of my life. Yes, there have been a few situations, to trigger some old patterns, some old traumas, but I see them all as gifts, and I truly feel them all as gifts because they need to be released. Because I'm choosing myself, and I chose myself, and I'm loving myself, and I'm discovering this new love for myself at a very deeper and deeper and deeper level. And the people that I started to meet, it's like sharing, but from a different perspective. Many of them are not Shambra. Many of them are not necessarily spiritual, but they have deep wisdom and sharing from compassion, just sharing stories, sharing perspectives, coming from different, totally different backgrounds, but shining the wisdom in our own unique way and then sharing that. There are no arguments, you know. Argument is a strange word because when you share from the heart, it's just amazing. Even if there are different perspectives, even if there are different um, different flavors of the wisdom related to certain things, because there is no more trying to change one another. It can be just an amazing time of sharing. So yeah, but everything, even those connections, even these sharings with others, it's all about me. It's all about going deeper. It's all about realizing. It's all about me and my love for me. I know it's it's a topic that has come up, you know, in many of the recent gatherings or whatever, but I'm just sharing it from my heart. It is, and it's a perfect synchronicity because now I created the space and I created the time and I created everything to dive deeper into this for me, and I'm starting to like it. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I'm starting to love it, love falling in love with me. But that's for me. This means also letting go of lack of trust. This is one of the topics that I want to touch on today. So this lack of trust. I remember when I was in Warsaw, in Poland, quite a few years ago, and I was talking with others, and that offered me the opportunity to make a very deep choice to walk on this earth in total trust. Oh, it feels so amazing, and it felt so amazing back then. And then layer by layer, you know, I started to experience that. But then I made a commitment and I made a choice to kind of put on pause everything, you know, to for different reasons. I will not go into that because this is not the time or the place or the desire to do that. But nevertheless, I had a few years of slowing down the process. But now, coming back to trust, coming back to what really matters, coming back to the basics, you know, I am starting to remember how it's like to live in the flow, but in a graceful flow, in a joyful flow, in a very synchronistic flow, and in a very expansive flow. It's like, okay, I put myself on pause for a little bit of time, maybe a little bit more of time, but now it's all rushing in, you know, it's time. Oh, and it's perfect synchronicity as well. It has been an amazing life, an amazing experience, no matter what I lived as a human. I have great appreciation and great joy for each and every moment. I would say that I have it now more than when I was necessarily experiencing it. And this feels so appropriate for me because for me, when I get to a point of being having a smile related to any circumstance, and I mean really any circumstance, maybe it's visiting a place, maybe it's a certain person, like friendship or relationship or whatever. When I get to the point of smiling and wow, what a journey. That for me is an indicator that it integrated. I released what was there to release, and now it's time to move on. And so, lack of trust. Uh, for me, it's time to go deeper into really all energy is mine. You know, it sounds nice, but you cannot live that and have lack of trust. And this lack of trust means trusting yourself in each and every moment, trusting yourself. So there are levels and levels. You know, I started off from everything that's going on in my life is here for my greater good, for me, and it's only for me. That was a very beautiful level, and I started to apply it initially mentally, and then started to feel. But then going deeper and deeper and deeper and finding out different levels, and now this deeper level of lack of trust. it's just there. It's not good, it's not bad, but it is time for it to be released so that I can dive deeper into my awareness, so that I can dive deeper into my imagination, so that I can dive deeper into enjoying more of life. And there are some a saying that I, it felt right many years ago and it feels right now. I remember that I came up with it. Maybe yes, maybe no, but I live by it, so it is mine right now. So from my perspective, it's not about having or not having. It's about allowing the I am into my life. So see, dear friends, it's not about believing in trust or not trust. It's about allowing the I am more and more. And yes, by doing that, levels of lack of trust need to be released because it was polarized energy, you know. We just had some experiences. We got stuck at some point for one reason or another, and now it's time to be released because in essence there is no lack of trust. There is nothing to trust. It is just energy. It is just the I am. It is just the soul. It's just the master. It is just the dance of life. Me with myself and I. So this lack of trust can go deep and can trigger. It can be related, not necessarily to trigger, but it can be related to many issues. For example, talking with my friends, uh, certain diseases coming up to the surface. From my perspective, that is also related to lack of trust. Yes, some layers of guilt and shame, some layers and layers. Okay, so I'm just sharing one perspective out of many, but related to lack of trust. When you are with yourself, it actually doesn't matter what happens because ultimately it's here to serve you, to show you what is there to be released. And also, like it happened with some acquaintances and one or two friends of mine, at one point, at a deeper level, you decide to go. So it actually doesn't matter what you want necessarily as a human. When it's time to go, it's time to go. How? It's a matter of a deeper choice. Yes, some choose to go out of this world through cancer or certain accidents. But if when you feel deeper and deeper and deeper into you, it actually doesn't. Yes, it can be more or less graceful, but that is another story. So, lack of trust, um, issues related with abundance. You know, when you are with yourself, all energy is here to serve you, and when everything is here for you, created by you for you, of course, layers of lack of abundance will be there, but it's you can view it actually as lack of trust. Again, guilt and shame are interwoven into all of this, but from the perspective of lack of trust, I have my stories free on YouTube, you know, especially the one related with the fish. Um, it doesn't matter what you think it should be like. You will create exactly what you need to release energies that don't serve you anymore. And when you trust yourself, when you allow all energies to serve you, yes, sometimes you will get to the bottom of the barrel to let go of the barrel. You will dive deep into lack to bring your light there and finally be free. So, allowing and trusting you at a deeper level that you know exactly what you're doing. You cannot control it as the human. You cannot even conceive it or imagine it as the human. Sometimes the story is so creative, is so beautiful. And when you allow it, when you allow yourself, it's an implicit trust. And that can bring in the most amazing potentials ever. And also the quickest resolution and also the quickest to release. That applies also to disease, lack of abundance, lack of flow. But yes, these layers of lack of trust, oh, this year presented a great opportunity to let go of these energies that might not serve you anymore. They don't serve me. And so, see what you feel in your heart related about this. For others, it has been an intense period of letting go of some of the old games. For example, working with other clients and taking on their energies and then manifesting them because of different reasons, but mainly because of lack of, from my perspective, lack of compassion. And this, I can talk from my perspective and my feelings. This year has, for me, it has brought the deepest compassion up until now, of course. Oh, I can't wait to allow it more and to dive deeper into this. But there is so much love, so much acceptance, and so much compassion for others and their journeys, and also for me and my journey, and exactly what I remember that happened and what I don't remember that happened. So much new levels, and new levels of compassion and acceptance and sweetness. These days, I come back to this word, the sweetness of life, the sweetness of presence, the sweetness of compassion. My life has started to be sweet. Maybe also because of the fruit shakes that I drank, but oh well, doesn't matter. Yes, the sweetness of life. I look at some of my friends and I remember when I used to be brutal with myself because it was appropriate. There was nothing wrong with that. That was an approach, that was a way of doing it, that was what I knew back then. But now with the sweetness of allowing, the sweetness of compassion, everything just shifts and changes. Also, I'm different, and so the shifts are very fast and very elegant, and and with no drama whatsoever. Yes, a little bit annoyance for the human here and there, but no drama. Just little situations. I feel that I'm matured enough. Hopefully, I did. That there is no more need for anything like that anymore. It's a great time. It's a wonderful time to dive deeper into elegance, to dive deeper with grace, into releasing anything and everything. How about that? Instead of judging oneself, instead of thinking that there's something wrong, instead of thinking, about anything, how about compassion? It was just an experience, but receiving the wisdom from the soul, not trying to force it as a human from the mind. It was just an experience. Receiving the compassion from the soul, receiving the forgiveness, the deep forgiveness that it was just an experience, and allowing the healing, the true healing, because there was nothing wrong. They are just old stories, ripe and ready to come home. This year has brought a lot of quiet for me, even though I'm traveling, and seeing a lot of people, seeing new places, many, many new places. This is my fifth country in less than 5 months, but nevertheless, a lot of quiet. Um, Not that many people to interact to, but that gave me the space and time to dive deeper and deeper. And I told you, I love what's going on. I love the potentials this year has brought. Oh, and I'm so grateful for me for allowing this. I did set up everything a long time ago in the other realm, And there are so many synchronicities. There are so many deja vus that I'm having. It's just amazing. For example, everywhere that I go, I stay in room number 4. I see, for me, it's my game with myself, my reminder with myself, for the number of completion for me, the master number. And I see it everywhere. Even yesterday, I was walking on the street, and I will show you. And I think that I have it here. Yeah. So I was walking on the street, and there was this, in the ocean, and I felt that I wanted to turn it, and number 4. It's little things like this that are just funny, beautiful, amazing. It's like, yeah, good job. And for the human, yes, it feels very appropriate. It's like that when there are some layers that are coming up to the surface, having these symbols, these reminders that you as the human are doing a great job. It makes everything even smoother, even more elegant, even more graceful. What else this year? No, for now, I think that this is it. I also want to make shorter videos because from what I saw, people still believe they don't have time, still are in the rushness of life, and so I think it's a good timeline for now. I will make more videos, especially if I stay here more. Oh, I really like this place. It's quiet enough. I have the sea there. My bungalow is over there. It's a nice place. I like this is my vibe. I honor and respect everybody for what they wish. Some people like more noise. I like less noise. There are some shifts, deep shifts going on within me, and so inevitably, I will see that on the outside, like people banging or constructing or here and there. But all in all, it's quite elegant, quite beautiful. So, dear friends, this is it for me. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for sharing your energies in this video. And see you next time. I am